viewers, and thank you for joining me once again on Hotspot. For tonight, the PNG Olympic Committee announces Team PNG chef de mission for the 2015 Pacific Games. In rugby union, the PNG Pukpuk Sevens team named a 24-man squad after the National Provincial Championships over the weekend and the announcement of their coaching staff.
Applications throughout the 4 regions, and we're very fortunate this morning to be able to make a formal announcement of our coaching staff.
Still in rugby union international news, the Queensland Reds are in training in Johannesburg to kick off their South African conference matches in Super 15s.
When you play the South African teams, it's always a challenge for the back three, and the Lions aren't going to be any different. They like putting the ball in the air, and they got a good kick chase as well. So it's, the boys that are going to be in the back three this week, and we're going to have our hands full. Yeah, well, like all the South African teams, they always got big back rollers, big props and big second rows. So they, the Lions aren't going to be any different. You know, the Sharks were very hard over the ball, and I think these guys are going to be as well. So it's something that they've prided themselves on. So we're going to have to adjust a few things this week and go out there and fire this weekend.
We also take a look at the Casman Taekwondo Club in Port Moresby for you martial arts enthusiasts. Moving right along, there are not many challenges greater in sports administration than to lead your country on home soil in an event of the magnitude of the Pacific Games. That is the challenge that has been taken on by Richard Casman, as he was announced the chef de mission of Team PNG for the 2015 Pacific Games. Speaking at a press conference at the Ella Beach Hotel, Casman said his role is to serve Team PNG. Let's take a look.
It's a fantastic honour and fantastic privilege. So John, had you told me everything you just told the media today about what my responsibilities were, I may have reconsidered my application. But to the people of Papua New Guinea and to our key stakeholders, the athletes of Papua New Guinea, the coaches, the managers of our country, I look at this appointment as a real privilege and a special honour that I'm chef de mission of Team Papua New Guinea on our home soil.
As chief de mission, Casman will be team leader and spokesperson for Team PNG athletes at the Games and will work with the PNG Olympic Committee to ensure their preparations are on track for the Games. Casman was the chief de mission for Team PNG in 2013 to the successful Pacific Mini Games in Wallace and Futuna, where PNG topped the medal tally. He is also no stranger to the PNG sporting scene and sports administration, having been involved through playing, coaching, umpiring and administration at various levels and in a variety of sports, including rugby union, soccer, both senior in schools and softball. There will be 28 sports competing in the Games, ranging from athletics to weightlifting, and 22 member countries, with PNG having hosted the Games in both 1969 and 1991 respectively.
We've going through the selection now of managers and coaches, and with the new Team PNG selection policy for officials, and chef de mission will chair the technical evaluation committee. So we have a selection process in place now that we have a TEC, the Technical Evaluation Committee, that will meet and screen the applications of managers and coaches, and then they put the recommendation to the Justification Committee. Justification Committee then endorses those appointments.
Now the PNG Olympic Committee will be advertising for positions later on in the Team PNG management team. Coming up after the break, the Pukpuks announced new coaching staff and team for the Commonwealth Games. See you then. Welcome back. Before the break, we had the PNG Olympic Committee announcing Team PNG's chef de mission for the 2015 Pacific Games. Exciting times ahead of us. We now take a look at our inside scoop on our local rugby union for the official announcement of the coaching staff, sponsorship and 24-man team for the PNG Pukpuks. Looks like a strong lineup there. After the successful staging of the Men's National Provincial Championships over the weekend in Port Moresby, PNG Rugby Football Union has named the coaching staff for the PNG Pukpuk Sevens team for the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow this year.
So without further ado, I would like to invite the President of PNG Rugby Union to formally announce our team officials that will be taking our team, Men's Sevens team, the Export Lager Men's Sevens team to the Glasgow 2014.
And I'm pleased to announce on behalf of the board, our coaching staff, assistant coach, the men's sevens team, Freddie Matis, who comes from a very well credentialed background looking after the Kimbe Sevens. Freddie, through work commitments, etc., is excited to be involved, but also I suppose carries his roles responsibly professionally, but is excited about being involved as in the coaching staff, and also the head coach for the men's sevens, Fereti Vanambula, who's just joined us from Fiji. He's been coaching in China, also overseas, and as a background strength conditioning, also work with sevens teams in Fiji. And I'll let Salosi come and tell you a bit more about both these individuals. Also, our team manager is Mr. Danny Kaiser, who will also be part of this team. So, congratulations, gentlemen, and very proud to have you guys on board.
Attaining an IRB Level 2 coaching certificate, Ferretti brings a wealth of experience as a coach. For the last 10 years, he has trained the Fiji national rugby team, has been appointed as the assistant coach for the Fiji Under-19s rugby team to the Under-19s Rugby World Cup in Belfast, and coached the Nandi Provincial Development Rugby team. His challenge will be to groom our Pukpuks to title contention in June.
We have players in PNG who can be able to compete at that level, but as I've stated, we just need to change their mindset, try and implement a program that will be able to take us forward, especially when it's sevens rugby is an Olympic sport now.
Assistant coach Freddie Mathers is no stranger to the rugby scene in PNG. Having played alongside current Pukpuks Henry Lilliket and Albert Levy Jr., Mathers has brought the Kimber Rebels to numerous title contentions over the last 3 years, and recently the National Provincial Championships.
Part of the coaching staff, it's obviously a passion that I've had over the years. Due to work commitments, I've had the offer a couple of times, but I felt that it's a good time now for me to help out instead of just sitting on the sidelines. In terms of the boys, I think we've picked a pretty decent squad. I think we've picked up 25 of the best players that performed over the two-day tournament, then the Brothers Sevens. We've got some regulars, but also some new fresh and raw talent as well in the squad. So as I stated, I'm quite happy to.
PNG RFU also welcomes SP Lager on board to support the Pukpuks in their run and preparations towards the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, June this year. Hekari, who have been PNG champions in the National Soccer League, will be taking part in the Oceania Football Confederation Champions League. When you mention PNG football, it is not too difficult to recall the exploits of the club side Hekari United FC. The Reds enjoyed a sustained period of domestic dominance in the Telecom National Soccer League that has seen them rack up 8 titles already. Hekari United will be among the other 11 participating teams in the Oceania region who will all meet in the one-week Champions League in Fiji starting next month, which will reveal the 4 clubs for the home and away semi-finals. The first match is scheduled on April 7th against Tafea FC of Vanuatu.
Hekari have been the mainstays of PNG football since the club's inception in the early 2000s. The Southern Highlands franchise's best performance remains a final played in 2010 when they defeated Waitakere United FC in New Zealand to qualify for the prestigious FIFA Club World Cup in Abu Dhabi later that year. The qualification of Hekari United at that point in time was historic and represented the first time Papua New Guinea, and for that matter any Pacific Island club not from Australia and New Zealand, had been involved in a FIFA club football tournament at any level. The team, mostly made up of local players, includes imports from Fiji, Solomon Islands and Vanuatu, who have blended in well with the local boys, giving a good mixture of skills and talents. Team manageress Vonica Pinato is confident her side have a good pool of players with their inclusion of Fijian imports Taniela Waka, including former Hekari striker Tuimasi Manuka and Peter Bolatoga, who has also contributed to the success of the team to the 2010 FIFA Club World Cup.
Yes, we have a lot of supporters and fans around the country and overseas, and it's really encouraging because many years we went through a lot of struggle with that. But I'm just hoping that all our supporters and fans can come in for us this year. Well, we know the competition is not started yet, and we have seen a lot of teams are coming up very, very well, having a lot of international players and some very raw talent that we have never seen around in the country into teams. Like we play friendly with Ora, and I was very impressed with their team. And to me, it's a big challenge. Hikari didn't take the league very easily. We have to work hard to win. If we want to win for the 9th time this year, we have to work extra hard to win.
Also included in the team will see the Solomon imports in the likes of Tutizama Tanito, Nicholas Muri, and long-serving forward Joachim Waroi. Hekari United will be among 11 participating teams in the Oceania region who will all meet in the one-week Champions League in Fiji starting next month, which will reveal the 4 clubs for the home and away semi-finals in April and May. Club captain David Muta has been an integral part of the team, and coach Jerry Allen is confident in his team. With 4 appearances already, Hekari will be looking to make the nation proud when they take on Tafea FC in their first match.
And we wish the team all the best in their matches. We'll go for a break now, and after that, the Casman Taekwondo Club, in partnership with Don Bosco Technical Institute, carry out beginners classes. That's after the break. If you have just joined us, you're watching Hotspot. Synonymous among the sports fraternity, the Casman Taekwondo Club in Port Moresby have produced some elite athletes from its inception in 2004. In partnership with Don Bosco Technical Institute, beginners classes have been conducted every Saturday.
Since 2010, we started training here till now. So far, before last year and this year, we have plenty of students. But weather-wise, sun hot, so maybe some plumbers got other commitments, they didn't come. But actually, this place is to like full from here, there, and we used to train outside at the grass. We used to train inside at the hall, but it's busy, so some come outside.
The Casman Taekwondo Club in Port Moresby opens its doors every Saturday at the Don Bosco Technical Institute to martial arts enthusiasts for a 3-hour session of Taekwondo. Beginners range from the under-10s, the yellow belts, and the seniors enjoy the scorching Port Moresby heat on Saturday. Founders, Edward Casman alongside his family, have been running the club for the past 10 years. The club has grown from less than 10 to over 50 students since 2004. The club, like other sporting codes, are currently challenged by the availability of facilities in Port Moresby, but that hasn't dampened the spirits of these anticipating students. There has also been an increase in the number of females participating over the years. Anton Aitzi, PNG's current black belt, together with senior students, has been conducting classes beside their instructors this year. Like their young students, they too are also students of the art.
You know that like all students, senior students, you know how to train them, but when it comes to like new ones, it's difficult correcting them, but the good thing about them is you learn a lot from them too. think my message to out there is to all the females, especially women. Taekwondo is sport, but on the other side, it's about self-defense. I think if they come here and train, it will help them and maybe protect them in the future.
So you want them to come?
And encouraging female and young ones. But I believe especially the young ones who are coming up, they'll be more interested in the club. Besides of getting involved in alcohol, drugs and those kind of things.
Classes commence at 9 a.m. to 12 midday for beginners and an open women's session from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. Annual registration fee per student is 30 kina and 1 kina per session attended. So if you'd like to try the art of Taekwondo, head down to the Don Bosco Technical Institute on Saturday.
We'll go for a few short messages, and after the break, the Barramundis travel to Sri Lanka and the Queensland Reds arrive in Johannesburg. Welcome back. The Hebo PNG Barramundis tour of Sri Lanka is set to be another stepping stone for the ever-improving Barras. A 14-man squad has been named with current national captain Chris Amini set to miss the tour for personal reasons. His deputy and wicketkeeper Jack Vare will lead the Barras on the 17-day tour of Sri Lanka.
The tour will include 4 50-over matches and 3 T20 matches, as the Barramundis look to gain further match experience following the recent success of gaining one-day international status earlier this year. Left-arm quick Nosaina Pokana has also been included after a successful campaign in the recently completed Under-19 World Cup. The 17-year-old Quick has impressed over the last couple of months and was rewarded with a call-up into the Barra setup where he will be able to gain further experience. The young lad from Kalo in the Central Province has a bright future ahead, and the Barras will be keen to keep breeding young fast bowlers. Kilapala and John B. Reva have been recalled into the squad after missing the 50-over qualifiers. Jaron Jones will miss the tour due to his Kent CC commitments, whilst Chris Kent and Mahuru Dai will miss out due to study and work commitments. Leia Siaka is currently in Melbourne playing for Essendon CC and will join the rest of the Barras in Brisbane. The tour begins with a 2-day training camp with the ADS coaches, followed by 2 T20 matches. The Barras will then play 4 50-over matches before completing the tour with 1 more T20 game. The Barramundis are scheduled to return on Friday, the 4th of April.
The Barras are scheduled to return on Friday, the 4th of April. Well, we turn overseas now, and for you Super Rugby fans, the Queensland Reds have arrived in Johannesburg. The Queensland Reds face the Lions at Ellis Park Stadium, Johannesburg, this Sunday, and coach Rod Davies said his team was fit and ready. Let's take a look.
We had the morning off, which is the boys refreshed themselves and got on the plane to Savo and here in Joburg now, and looking to prepare for the game this week, starting from tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. The boys fought back hard after half time. You know, we were down by 19 points, and to get back within 8, you know, it was a credit to the boys. That it was obviously disappointing to lose there. We haven't won there since 2004, so that was a goal for ours going into the season. But it wasn't the case to be. But looking forward now, we've got the Lions that are going pretty good this year, and you know, and all the boys are going to be G'd up this weekend to hopefully put them to the sword here. When you play the South African teams, it's always a challenge for the back three, and the Lions aren't going to be any different. They like putting the ball in the air, and they've got a good kick chase as well. So it's, the boys that are going to be in the back three this week, and we're going to have our hands full. Yeah, well, like all the South African teams, they've always got big back rows, big props, and big second rows. So the Lions aren't going to be any different. You know, the Sharks were very hard over the ball, and I think these guys are going to be as well. So it's something that they've prided themselves on. So
this weekend in the Telecom National Soccer League, Lae residents get ready for another doubleheader. Coming off a loss in Port Moresby against champs Hekari FC, the Young Bester outfit will take on the Eastern Stars at the Sir Ignatius Kalagi Stadium. Also coming off a loss, Oro FC will have to tighten up on tighter ball control and patience to take on a Gigira Laitapol Moroba FC in Game 2 of the doubleheader in Lae. While in Port Moresby, Lae FC will try to end Hekari's winning streak on Saturday at the IPA Oval. The SP Hunters are looking at another win against the Northern Pride in a rematch of the trial match to lift their credentials this season at the Graveyard Colorbond Oval in Kokopo. Port Moresby's men's softball head into their grand final this weekend at the Bissini Diamonds. In Day 1, Gazelle will take on Bears for a chance at the top clash against United Brothers. And in Game 2, Yokomo will play against an edgy Brown Eagles outfit. While in the Women's League, Stingers A and B grade teams are in the do-or-die semi-finals against Admiralty and United Sisters respectively. A reminder that if you'd like us to feature your sports story, please check out our page on Facebook, and remember to tune in to Coca-Cola Sports Scene on Monday night for all your sporting action and results. Our hotspot for this weekend will be the TNT short course titles at the LMR International School in Port Moresby. We'll leave you with highlights of the National Provincial Sevens Championships in Port Moresby. So play hard, play safe, and we'll catch you same time right here on Hotspot.